Hello everyone, today we're going to see about the networking commands. So the first one is going to be the ipconfig, which is also ifconfig. So the difference between these two is the name, and the usage is going to be the same. The usage is to look at the TCP IP configuration, and if we need to see the configuration in the Windows system, we use the ipconfig, and to see the same configuration on the other platforms like Unix, Linux and Macintosh, we use the ifconfig. So here when we look at it on the command prompt, uh, I am going to say ipconfig, which gives me plenty lot of details about the media state, whether it is connected or not, and it also gives me the IP4 address, which is not required now. And we also see the subnet mask and the default gateway over here. So there's another command which is ipconfig slash all, which gives me the entire configuration details. Like it gives the DHCP enabled or not. It also gives me the NetBIOS TCP IP's address. It also shows me the DNS servers, as well as it also gives me the subnet mask, default subnet mask, along with the primary WIN server. It also shows me the Ethernet adapter configurations, the MAC address and the IP address of my system, and the host systems also. So this is the first command, ipconfig and ipconfig slash all, and there are plenty lot of things which we can do with ipconfig. So to know what are they, I'm going to say ipconfig slash question mark. So as you can see, the first thing ipconfig, which we have already tried, and the second thing ipconfig slash all, which shows the detailed information of the system which you are using and the net to which you are connected, and the third and fourth thing, which is third, fourth and fifth thing, which is closely related, which is ipconfig renew and release. It is renewing the IP configuration from the DHCP server and releasing it from the DHCP server. So all compartments slash, for that it is to show the information about the compartments which are used in your system. So this is about the IP config. So going on to the second command, which is ARP command. ARP is actually the address resolution protocol. It is not only a protocol, it is also an utility. So here we see the cache which is in your system. So for that, now I'm going to open my command prompt. I am going to say ARP slash question mark. So here you find few things like slash a hyphen a, which actually gives me the router data which I'm using. So here when I say the same thing, arp hyphen a, here I get some internet addresses, physical addresses and type. So there are two types where I can get over all this. It is dynamic and static. So it actually shows me the connectivity, the websites which I'm connecting to. So this is what ARP does. It actually shows me the cache of the internet thing which I browse on my browser. So the next command which I can go after ARP is the ping command. This ping command is usually used to check connectivity between two networking devices. So when I say ping, and I need to specify a specific address where it is going to ping. So when I say ping and I type enter, I get all these details, ping slash t, ping slash a, which has different specification and different use to get different kinds of information. So here when I say arp hyphen he, I can see all the addresses which is connected to, and that is dynamic and static. And so our next command is going to be ping. Here I'm going to write ping, and I'm going to write a specific IP address like 192.168.10.1, and it is pinging that particular IP address. And at the end over here, I can see that the ping is successful. So here, as I can see, the packet sent is 4, received is 4, so the lost percent is 0%. So now the next command is going to be to clear up the messed up screen. I'm going to say CLS, which clears up the screen, and The next command we're going to see will be the different kinds of pings. So when I say ping slash question mark, I get all these kinds of stuff. So what I'm going to do is I say ping, I use hyphen t, and I specify the IP address like this. And the meaning of this is it actually shows how the pinging statistics are going on until and unless I stop it. So when I say enter, it is pinging 32 bits of data. And finally, it is in the loop and it is not coming out of it. So when I press Ctrl C, it actually comes out. So when you see the sent bit is 1, received bit is 0. So nothing has been received and the loss is 100%. Nothing has been received. And after that, we're going to see about the next kind of thing, which is hyphen n count. Counts the number of echo requests sent. So I'm going to say ping hyphen n and the same thing. Okay, I am going to say google.com. Okay, the valid range is from 1 to okay. So here we need to enter the IP address for a particular website. So I am going to enter 10.1.256.1, and you're getting reply from each sector, and the bytes, time, and the TTL is being shown. So finally, it is being continued until and unless you don't stop it. So to stop this, you're going to press Ctrl C, and there you're going to see how many bits are sent and how many bits are received and what is your loss percentage. Our next command is the traceroute command, which actually shows the entire path of a packet which is traveling from your particular router to the router of your website which you're going to test. So here I say TRACERT traceroute. This is the command in Windows, and for Linux and other operating systems, you're going to write the entire thing traceroute. So after writing traceroute, I enter a particular website name, google.com. So after that, it is going to ping the google.com, and each part of that IP address is getting displayed in number of rows. So 192.168.10.1 is going to be the address of my router, and so finally the list of addresses will be displayed of the particular routers or switch which are being connected in your way. So once that is completed, you find a statement at the end of the dialog box which says the trace is complete, which means the ping has been successful. So it is the 9th ping, the 10th ping, and which also has the IP address specified. So here it says the trace is completed. So this is how the traceroute command works. Our next command is going to be the netsat command. The netsat command is used to display the network statistics of the thing you are in your computer. And let me say netstat hyphen question mark, which gives me all the details, which is a help promo. You can use netstat hyphen a hyphen b hyphen e hyphen f hyphen n and so on. Hyphen a is to display all connections and the listening ports. Hyphen b is to see what is the execution involved. So let us try one among them. When I say netstat with the first thing, netstat hyphen a. So here I get all the connections and the foreign addresses with the local addresses which are being connected. Now here goes my next command, which is the NSLOOKUP command. So with this NSLOOKUP, I am going to specify a website or an IP address. So here for this NSLOOKUP, I am going to specify a website, which is going to be google.com. And when I hit enter, I see the name is google.com and specific addresses, which is different for different sections, dot 135, 136, 137, and so on. This specifies the actual routing path from my device to the google.com server.